South Park's latest episode, Into the Panderverse, boldly takes aim at Disney, offering a sharp critique of the studio's controversial inclusion and reboot strategies. With its trademark irreverence, the show cleverly mocks Disney's recent trend of overhauling iconic classics by incorporating modern social ideologies. The episode raises an important question: are these changes genuinely driven by a desire for better representation, or are they merely a desperate bid to stay relevant by following the latest trends at the cost of storytelling integrity? Through witty satire, South Park highlights the growing dissatisfaction of audiences who feel that Disney's recent adaptations of beloved films like Snow White and The Little Mermaid are less about innovation and more about appeasing critics and pandering to a socially aware demographic. Disney's attempt to infuse contemporary themes into its time-honored animations has been met with mixed results, leaving many wondering if the studio's strategy is losing touch with its roots in favor of political correctness and the pursuit of approval from vocal activists, and an effort to expand its appeal to a wider and more diverse audience. Disney has sought to update its beloved fairy tales by infusing them with modern themes of empowerment, diversity, and independence. Proponents of this approach argue that these updates are necessary to bring these timeless stories into the present day, reflecting the values of today's society. However, detractors suggest that in doing so, Disney risks undermining the very essence of these classic narratives. Films like Snow White and The Little Mermaid have been cherished for their romanticism, simplicity, and emotional resonance. By replacing these core elements with surface-level changes designed to reflect modern sensibilities, critics argue that Disney is stripping away the magic that made these stories enduring. The result, they claim, is a watered-down version of these classics that may alienate longtime fans. South Park's parody of this trend takes aim at the practice, depicting these reboots as shallow attempts to appear progressive rather than true artistic reinventions. The controversy surrounding Rachel Zegler's casting as Snow White in the live-action adaptation of Snow White exemplifies this issue. When Zegler, a Latina actress, was cast as the iconic princess, traditionally depicted with skin as white as snow, it sparked an immediate and intense backlash, with many questioning whether the casting choice was made for the sake of representation at the cost of the character's original portrayal. While some celebrated the casting of Rachel Zegler as a step toward diversity, others argued it strayed too far from Snow White's original portrayal. Disney further sparked controversy by removing the romantic element of the story, opting for a prince-free narrative. Zegler's remarks that the 1937 classic was outdated only fueled criticism, with many feeling she was dismissing a beloved masterpiece. The original Snow White is cherished for its themes of innocence, love, and hope, core elements that resonate with audiences. By overlooking these, Disney risks alienating fans with deep emotional ties to the story. South Park humorously critiques whether Disney's changes are genuinely progressive or simply empty gestures toward diversity. The episode mocks Disney executives frantically brainstorming ways to add diversity without considering how it affects the story, highlighting the skepticism of critics who feel these changes prioritize appearances over substance. Rachel Zegler has unintentionally become the face of this debate with her modern portrayal of Snow White, representing Disney's marketing shift. While her performance resonates with those seeking strong female leads, others feel her take undermines the original film's charm. Zegler's emphasis on independence and leadership may appeal to some, but to others, it feels like an unnecessary change. Her comments have sparked comparisons to actresses like Jenna Ortega, who many believe could have balanced modern sensibilities with the story's classic appeal, along with taking aim at Snow White. South Park also critiques Hollywood's reliance on racial and gender swaps as quick fixes for diversity, arguing that true inclusivity requires more than superficial changes. Rather than merely altering the appearance of familiar characters, the show contends that Hollywood should focus on creating new, diverse stories with rich, complex narratives that truly represent the diverse world we live in. This reinforces the growing belief that audiences crave authentic representation that is seamlessly integrated into compelling stories, not just tokenistic adjustments made for the sake of diversity. Disney's internal reaction to South Park's satire suggests that the company is aware of the high stakes involved. With significant financial investments in these reboots, Disney is betting on their ability to resonate with a modern, socially conscious audience. However, as social media amplifies fan reactions almost instantaneously, efforts to appear progressive can be quickly undermined by perceptions of insincerity. South Park cleverly plays on this tension, illustrating how Disney's attempts to update classic tales often seem rushed, shallow, and disconnected from the creative essence of the original stories, leaving viewers questioning the studio's true intentions and creative integrity. Disney's approach to updating classic characters goes beyond Snow White, sparking debates over Ariel's portrayal in the live-action The Little Mermaid. While some fans praised the changes, others felt they didn't enhance the story. These mixed reactions highlight Hollywood's struggle to balance modern values with nostalgic appeal. Rachel Zegler's portrayal of Snow White adds to this discussion, representing a more progressive character that resonates with some but risks alienating traditional fans. South Park's critique calls for a more thoughtful approach, urging Disney to honor the legacy of these classics while updating them for today's audience, without losing their original charm. As Disney grapples with criticism, the company faces a pivotal decision: double down on its current trajectory or reassess its strategy to better align with audience expectations. The uproar sparked by South Park's episode has ignited a larger discussion about the true objectives of the entertainment industry. Audiences are increasingly vocal about their desire for stories that embrace modern values while respecting the timeless essence of beloved classics. Striking this delicate balance is no small task, but it is essential if Disney is to maintain its legacy as a storytelling powerhouse. The decision to postpone the release of the Snow White film to 2024 to 2025 has only fueled speculation about Disney's future direction. Some view the delay as a signal that the studio is rethinking its approach in response to backlash, while others see it as a strategic move to let the controversy die down. Regardless, the postponement underscores the complexities of navigating the evolving terrain of social responsibility and audience expectations. South Park's biting satire resonates deeply because it taps into a broader societal debate. Should entertainment adapt to modern ideals at the risk of alienating traditional fans, or find a middle ground that honors the past while evolving for the future? By reflecting these tensions, the show shines a spotlight on the entertainment industry's growing challenge to balance innovation with authenticity. For Disney, the stakes are high, and how the company chooses to respond will not only shape its reputation but also influence the future of modern storytelling. The show's sharp critique of Disney's attempts to modernize classic tales highlights a growing dissatisfaction with Hollywood's apparent prioritization of political correctness over genuine storytelling. True diversity goes beyond ticking boxes. It's about crafting multidimensional characters whose identities are integral to the narrative. South Park serves as a wake-up call for Disney and the broader entertainment industry, warning that superficial updates do little to satisfy audiences. Authenticity and creativity must take center stage, enabling studios to produce stories that resonate deeply with both traditionalists and progressives, bridging divides rather than deepening them. The ongoing Snow White controversy could become a turning point, influencing how Hollywood approaches diversity and reboots in the future. Disney's decisions in this matter may set a precedent for whether studios embrace meaningful representation or continue to rely on shallow changes. South Park's satire has already sparked a larger conversation beyond Disney, pressuring the entire industry to rethink its approach to modern narratives. Audiences are no longer passive observers. They are demanding authentic, compelling stories that honor the legacy of classics while evolving for today's world. Whether this growing demand results in significant changes or more surface-level attempts at adaptation remains to be seen. One thing, however, is clear: the industry can no longer afford to ignore the voices of its viewers. The choices made today will shape the future of storytelling for generations to come.